As of early 2024, India has officially become the world's most populous country, with over 1.435 billion people, 17.76% of the global population. This rapid population growth is pushing India's air travel industry to new heights, leading to overcrowded airports and frequent delays. But India has an ambitious plan to solve this issue by using the Airbus A380, the world's largest passenger aircraft. So, what's the strategy behind this move? And how can the A380 help India's aviation industry tackle its problems? Let's dive into the details in today's episode. But before we begin, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our updates. Now let's get started. When Airbus introduced the A380, it was designed to tackle a specific problem: overcrowding at major airports. The double-decker aircraft was intended to carry more passengers per flight, especially in hub-to-hub routes, where demand was high. The A380, which could seat up to 853 passengers, promised to be the ultimate solution for international travel. The A380's potential seemed limitless. Emirates, for example, heavily invested in the A380, purchasing over 100 units to serve long-haul, high-density routes. The airline positioned itself as a premium operator, turning the A380 into a flagship product with unique features such as onboard lounges and showers in first class. This focus on luxury allowed Emirates to capitalize on the A380's size in ways other airlines couldn't, and the model quickly became synonymous with the airline. However, other airlines struggled to match Emirates' success. Rising fuel prices, maintenance complexities, and the shift toward more fuel-efficient, smaller jets soon began to make the A380 less viable for most carriers. In total, only 251 A380s were delivered before production ceased in 2021, far short of the 1,200 units Airbus had initially projected. The A380's struggles were compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic. When global travel came to a halt in 2020, airlines around the world grounded their fleets. The A380, with its high operational costs and limited flexibility, was among the first to be mothballed. Lufthansa, Air France, and even Airbus's own customer, Emirates, placed their A380s into long-term storage, and some airlines announced that they would retire the aircraft permanently. Adding to the pandemic's disruption was the increased emphasis on sustainability and cost efficiency. Post-pandemic, airlines are under growing pressure from regulators and consumers to reduce their carbon footprints. The A380, though a marvel of engineering, was not the most fuel-efficient option for carriers looking to cut down on emissions and operational expenses. As a result, many airlines turned to aircraft like the Boeing 787 and Airbus A350, which offer more flexibility and efficiency on long-haul routes. India's aviation sector has been growing at an unprecedented pace, driven by the country's expanding middle class and increased demand for both domestic and international flights. India's aviation industry, in fact, has grown by 20% annually for much of the last decade, one of the fastest growth rates globally. With over 200 million passengers in 2019 alone, the nation is quickly becoming a key player in global aviation. Adding to this, the Indian government has been actively promoting air travel as part of its larger economic strategy. The Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik Regional Connectivity Scheme, launched in 2017, has focused on making flying affordable for the average Indian. Under the UDAN program, previously underserved airports across the country are being developed, creating new domestic routes that connect smaller cities to major hubs. While this has opened up the skies for millions of Indians, it has also increased pressure on the already congested airports in metropolitan areas. India is set to overtake the United Kingdom to become the third largest aviation market by 2025. This rapid expansion poses both opportunities and challenges for the country. With an economy heavily dependent on international trade and a growing demand for outbound tourism, the need for larger, more capable aircraft to connect India to global markets is becoming increasingly apparent. The Airbus A380 presents a viable option for easing congestion at India's busiest airports. With its massive capacity, the A380 could help transport more passengers with fewer flights, reducing the load on airport facilities and minimizing delays. Airlines would be able to manage traffic more efficiently by operating fewer, larger flights between key hubs. India's aviation industry can benefit from the A380's capacity on routes where there is significant demand. For instance, international routes from India to the Middle East, Europe, and North America have seen a steep increase in passenger volumes, particularly since the end of pandemic travel restrictions. According to the International Air Transport Association, India will need over 2,000 new aircraft by 2038 to meet growing demand, and incorporating high-capacity aircraft like the A380 could help bridge this gap. Moreover, India has the advantage of acquiring second-hand A380s at reduced costs. With several airlines phasing out their fleets, Indian carriers can buy and retrofit these aircraft, cutting down on upfront expenses. This provides a unique opportunity for Air India, Vistara, or even newer airlines to enter the long-haul market with minimal capital outlay, while also increasing passenger capacity. While the A380 offers a solution for high-traffic routes, India's national carrier, Air India, is also betting on a more flexible fleet. With the backing of the Tata Group, Air India has embarked on an ambitious modernization program. This includes the acquisition of 40 Airbus A350 aircraft, which are smaller and more fuel-efficient than the A380. The A350 is expected to be Air India's flagship for international routes, offering advanced avionics, enhanced fuel efficiency, and better operating costs. The airline's strategy focuses on the A350 for key international connections, such as those between India and Europe or the United States. By combining the A350 for regular long-haul routes and the A380 for high-density flights, Air India can build a robust fleet to meet the varied demands of its passengers. Additionally, the A350 will help India's airlines meet sustainability targets. With the global push toward reducing carbon emissions, the A350's fuel-efficient design is an essential asset. It consumes 25% less fuel compared to earlier models, making it a greener option for long-haul travel. This makes the A350 a key component in helping Air India modernize its fleet while staying competitive in the global market. As promising as the A380 is for India's aviation future, it is not without its challenges. Currently, only 4 airports in India, Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad, are equipped to handle the Super Jumbo. This limits the immediate scalability of the A380's use across the country. However, the government's plans to expand and modernize its airport infrastructure may change this. India is also investing heavily in high-tech airport solutions to handle the growing influx of passengers. Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport, for example, is undergoing expansions that will make it one of the largest aviation hubs in Asia. By 2030, the airport plans to handle over 100 million passengers annually, positioning it as a key stopover for flights between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. At the same time, advancements in airport technology, such as automated check-in systems and faster security screenings, are being introduced to improve passenger flow and reduce wait times. These infrastructure improvements are critical if India hopes to accommodate larger aircraft like the A380 while maintaining smooth airport operations. Looking ahead, the Airbus A380 could play a critical role in helping India manage its booming aviation industry. With the Indian government's aggressive expansion of airport infrastructure, the A380 could become a crucial asset in high-traffic routes, providing a solution for congested airports. The A380's role could also expand beyond commercial flights. India's growing presence in international cargo transport could open up new opportunities for converting retired A380s into freighter aircraft. With the global air cargo market projected to grow steadily in the coming years, India may explore repurposing the A380 for logistics purposes, allowing it to remain relevant long after its passenger service ends. India's aviation industry is at a crossroads, and the Airbus A380 could be the key to unlocking a new era of efficiency and growth. By using the Super Jumbo's massive capacity, India can ease congestion at overcrowded airports and meet rising passenger demand without significantly expanding its fleet of smaller aircraft. While challenges remain, such as integrating the A380 into India's existing infrastructure, the potential benefits are immense. As India continues to invest in airport expansion and modernization, the A380 will likely play a pivotal role in shaping the future of its aviation industry. Combined with the modern A350, India's airlines are well positioned to meet the growing needs of international and domestic travelers. The future of air travel in India is bright, and the A380 is set to become an essential part of that story, providing solutions for a rapidly expanding market while adapting to the evolving demands of global aviation. What do you think? Could the A380 be a game changer for India's aviation industry? Let us know in the comments below.